For me, I was always, I used to, let me just share this. When I first started business, everybody I met, just give me a call and I can hire you and no problems or whatsoever. I wanted to hire everybody because I loved everybody. And I still love everybody. But what you have to do now is really rely on your staff's abilities and skills. And being able to place those individuals in the best light that they, can shine and be able to produce, the product or services that you have. Again, sometimes you have to move away from the fact that it's not your heart. Yes. You have to really look at what can that staff do. And I'm real particular in the sense that when we do hire individuals, that we bring in not just a resume, that they actually fill out the application. And that's because if they take the time to fill out that application, you have someone that really wants the job. Right. And that application, believe it or not, is a legal document. And when they take on that chore of filling it out, that tells me something about that individual. So it's real important to, place your staff where they best fit and be able to draw on their skills and abilities. But prior to that, when they come in, make sure we have them fill out the application. So that's one of the things that I do in hiring my staff.
Okay. Wow. You guys got me on this one. But I do have an answer for that for myself. I think vision is important. I do what I do with a lot of passion. So I have to have people around me who can share in that passion. Okay. They may not have the exact same vision as me, nor do I expect them to. I like individuals and I like them at their own right. So when I look for people, for people who have their own unique vision that complements my vision, and together we can go places. Because one thing that's a big no-no for me as a manager or entrepreneur, however that we want to look at that piece, is that I do not micromanage. I trust the staff around me. If you tell me you can do a job, I leave you to do that job. We come back at the end of a project and we've all brought our unique individual ideas and philosophies and thoughts, and we achieve great things together.
That's diversity, and that's awesome.
Yes, it's important.
Which is huge. For me, be careful about just putting bottoms in the seat, because it will flip. So for me, it's very key to have a pre-hire interview.
Perfect.
Pre-hire, because it's not theory. Someone didn't read your job description and applied and answered the questions right. The resume is beautiful and all this. Let me see you in action. Let me either create a scenario for you to see how you interact and how you actually deal with it. Child care center. Let me put you in the classroom just to see if the children like you. How about that? Are they going to hear you? Are they going to listen? Something like that. That also helps get the right person in the right seat, because sometimes we don't know our own lane. We don't know what we're great at. You can have an awesome person interviewing for this position. They're not a fit, but they are for that position. And you don't lose this person because you've pigeonholed them for what they came to do, and you have something else available to you. Okay. It's positioning the company to meet the culture, meet the vision, and to move forward. I personally had a difficult time in knowing, how do you get to trusting someone 100%? So I just in the beginning gave 150. I know I can do deductive reasoning. Yeah. Your behavior will take away from it. However, at some point you get to doing business with your heart. Oh, I trust that you can do it. No, use your job description to line up that person can do the job.
Yeah.
Use various techniques.
You shift your heart.
Exactly. You still got a big heart. You're still compassionate. You're just a little smarter than you were when you first started.
You have a business mind.
Exactly. Yeah. So CEO RealTalk, what we do is we bring up women awareness of the thing, the less obvious, that's going to impact your business. It's going to chip away slowly at your potential success rate.
Exactly.
Would you guys agree?
I agree.
CFO?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Because, money. You got
bottom line.
Ask for the money, ladies. You got to ask for the money. We don't want to ask for the money. We want somebody just to give us the money. Who's just giving out money?
Nobody else.
Somebody got to watch it. Go ahead.
for me, I had to decide to stay in my own lane.
I think it's about swift and quick. Don't drag it out. Get it done. Make the decision and move on.
I agree 100%. You know, it's funny you should say that, because I can be sitting there doing absolutely nothing or doing, working on something else. And when a decision comes to me, I don't have time to say, well, I'll get back with you. I mean, we go from 0 to 60. And you always have to own the decision that you make.
Absolutely.
And I believe in that, and I train my staff to be able to do the exact same thing. So making decisions quick, swift, and on point, the best you know how. That's the way you have to roll with that.
Consistency. You must be consistent. If you waver, your decision it gets weak. We must be consistent and present in the decision-making process.
Yes, exactly.
Because we as CEOs, leaders, when we have our staff that follow us, we have to know to be consistent so that they can do what they do well.
Absolutely.
And also, too, being proactive. If you're staying aware, you don't have to know everything about your business. I mean, it's impossible, especially with the type of businesses we have. But being aware of certain things that go on daily. You have different things that on the daily, day-to-day basis that you can rely on your staff to make those decisions. Right. But you're, as a CEO, you're kind of sitting on the fence. And if they need you, that's when you fly in. And you have to be swift and be able to. But being proactive, meaning keeping a pulse on how the business is running, getting updates. If there are things that are going on that you really don't have to zoom in right away, you can just be aware. Right. And then when your director or manager comes to you, you will be able to move right in on it.
Right. Let's not forget follow-up.
Yeah.
Follow-up is key for the leader, the head, the direct report. You have to follow up. Delegation is awesome, but it's only as good as the follow-up, because you got to see the results. You got to test and measure.
Yeah.
Test and measure along the way, because oftentimes we delegate, and then when things begin to fall apart, that sets up a foundation for finger pointing. But if we follow up throughout the process, then you can correct and adjust. You say correct and adjust.
Yes.
Therefore, the outcome is what you predicted to happen more often than not.
Right. That's a good point. That's a very good point.